Hello and good evening. My name is John. This game does not contain erotic scenes.
No, pass.
We're out. Hello and good evening. My name is John, and I'm joined by
MPG.
And we're here playing Gear of Glass, Eolarn's War.
This isn't erotic.
It said no erotic.
I'm getting some yaoi.
Start survival. What? This is where my Steam cleaning series. I got every game in my Steam library eventually. I arbitrarily rate and review them to the late time. I don't know what this game is, but the game's out at random. I'm interested in why it says start survival.
Sure.
Oh.
You play as a male. You play as a female.
Oh. We got stats.
We got stats. All luck. Nothing else.
Okay, I don't know if this... Oh, okay. Hero screen, save load, options.
Hadn't eaten for over a week.
She hadn't eaten for over a week. When she found some food, she gave everything to Innocentia, realizing that the little girl needed it much more. But Innocentia was already unconscious with her head on her older sister's shoulders. Her cheeks were sunken. Her sharp elbows could easily be wrapped around the fingers at one hand. A dull cough periodically bursting out of her chest made her heart ache painfully. Muddy spots swarmed before her eyes. Thin fingers repeatedly squeezed the bridge of her nose, trying to delay the imminent fainting, a state in which she would no longer be able to protect her little sister. She felt it was a dead end, the incessant hunger to which the sisters were subjected after escaping from the orphanage exhausted their bodies to the last. Deep down, she knew that if she fell now, she would never wake up again. Her gaze fell on Innocentia. Will she wake up? Will she be able to live alone in this cruel world? I shouldn't leave her. Not a choice.
Okay.
Her fingers squeezed the bridge of her nose again until it crunched, but the incoming darkness did not recede. Her hands fell powerlessly. Her hands fell powerlessly, and Innocentia's conscious body collapsed heavily on cold stones. The end.
The end. Yep.
Her gag place went through.
Shouldn't have picked a girl.
Shouldn't have. Yeah. Wrong. Bad end.
Wrong.
You had one choice.
Bad end.
Maybe 24 luck and no other stats was good. Her gag flex went through the stomach with a terrible spasm. With a spoonful of incomprehensible taste mass was stuffed into her throat. She absorbed the life-giving substance, unable to even open her eyes. Consciousness came and went. They gave her a little bit, but it was enough to not starve to death. Ooh, lamps were shining overhead. Blurry eyes hardly caught the shadows that sometimes flashed in front of her. Her body is very weakened. It looks like the girls haven't eaten for a long time.
Her breathing is hoarse. Check her lungs.
She coughed in her sleep last night.
We need to test the formula 54S. Keep gradually increasing the dosage, but don't overdo it.
That doesn't sound like science, but don't overdo it. Gradually.
No.
Consciousness swam again with the last of her strength. She tried to cling to this world, but in vain. I think she meant but it was in vain.
Yeah.
When she woke up, she found herself lying on a bed, not pictured here, and it was cold despite the fact that she was carefully wrapped in a blanket. For the first time in the last couple of months, she felt full and slept on a real bed. When she tried to sit down, her body was seized with a terrible weakness. Her lungs contracted in an attack of uncontrollable coughing. Innocentia coughed the same way before they got here. Innocentia! Eyes open wide, looking around the room. It was a tiny room with a bed, a drip stand, and a small bedside table. The girl was absolutely alone. The growing anxiety in her chest was interrupted by the quiet jingling of keys at the door. Was the door locked? What's going on? The impulse to get out of bed brought the severe dizziness and already familiar darkness before her eyes. Her knees buckled, her heavy body collapsed onto the damp wooden floor. I don't think you had a wooden floor in a building like this.
Yeah.
She heard a tearing creak at the door, then startled sigh. Small leather boots quickly ran past her gaze, and the sound of object placed on the bedside table caused a sharp pain on her bruised head. What? The sound of an object playing on the bedside table caused a sharp...
I don't understand this scene, to be perfectly honest.
What?
I don't understand this scene.
We're in a hospital, and we're in recovery.
Right. We were standing because when we tried to sit down, it hurt.
We still fainted. We fainted again.
We fainted, but we were standing up because then when we went to sit down, I don't understand this. The scene is very...
It's a lot of stuff, a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the narrative quarter now. Like they've been beating up on you as a character, going like, "You're really weak. You're really weak. You're really weak." I'm like, I got it. I'm really weak.
Okay.
And then to
Yeah.
start this off going, hey, this is the first time you feel well fed and well rested, but I'm still really weak. Like, well, hold on. Why?
Yeah. Can we lower the volume on the sound just a little bit? Because I feel like I'm having to shout.
Oh, okay.
And I suspect it's.
Maybe it's just
There
the
we go.
music.
Yeah, I think it's just the music. It's just yeah.
Oh, I lost
All right,
everything.
there we go.
Hold on.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go. The sound of an object placed on the bedside table caused a sharp pain on her bruised head. So, like, the sound caused a pain in her head,
Right.
and the head happens to be bruised.
Yeah.
Okay. Black
And
boots.
she was sitting. She was trying to sit,
Yeah.
but I don't understand. Like, it didn't say sitting up. It sounded like she was standing. So she woke up.
She was in
from
bed. Remember, she
standing
woke up
position.
wrapped in a blanket. Then she stood up.
Yeah.
Then she fell down. This is why you need a few more backgrounds than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black boots. So this first person had brown shoes. Now it's black boots, red noticeable spots. Reappeared in sight of the owner, sat down next to the girl trying to feel for a pulse. Ah! Sharp knees. Again, sharp elbows and now sharp knees. What's that meme on the internet? Don't like your sharp knees or something?
Yeah.
Sharp knees
it's-
and dark trousers sank to the floor. After a second, she saw worried eyes trying to see her face buried in the floor. Boy.
You hear me?
It was
Oh,
hard
boy.
to It was hard
Boy.
to mumble something affirmative. Having gathered her strength, the girl barely took an upright position, leaning on the edge of the bed with her shoulder blades. With every breath, her chest was painfully squeezed. That's a pose.
That's
The boy who
hello.
carefully examined her was no older than Innocentia. The jacket he was wrapped in. Wrapped in? That's a
turned
weird.
into a coat with his height. There's
In the bottom of the too long linen shirt dragged on the ground?
apparently. Did you try to get up?
A faint nod. Again, is this first person?
Yeah, I feel like
Not
this
like
should
you
be
nod
first person.
faintly,
Yeah,
a faint nod.
yeah. It's not the best idea right now. You don't have any strength left. Well, no, we don't have any strength.
I have 0 strength.
We have strength, 0 strength.
Oh, this is obviously not the first language because if you
This
look at
is a-
gender,
yeah,
I don't.
yep.
Oh, relationship panel.
Oh, damn. Ooh, look
Okay.
at that guy in the bottom right.
Oh, that's a bad boy. Oh, but there's
That's
more.
a bad boy.
Okay, so this is English not his first language.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a few gaps.
It's telling.
Options. Did I miss anywhere? No, there's no language set. Okay.
Now, I mean, it's Russian because or something like that. It's Cyrillic, so.
Yeah. He reached for the bedside table on which he placed in something. In his hand was a clay bowl full of grayish goo. So the walls here are stone looking based on the cracks, or at least plaster. There's metal grating, metal bed, which is way oversized for the room and the size of this character here. Their clothing is well built, but I have a clay bowl? Like,
Sure. Wooden floors, clay bowl.
stone walls, metal beds.
Oh yeah, you know.
They have HVAC systems, you know.
Yeah. I'm sorry it's so little. Your stomach isn't used to a lot of food yet. Gray goo.
He gently brought the spoon to her mouth. The warmth emanating from the food gave her goosebumps. After the cold of the stone streets where you had to fight for every piece of bread, this place seemed like paradise. Again, it's English second language. I'm really struggling with like the point of view here, where it's like after the Costa Rica where you had to fight,
Right.
this place seemed like paradise. Like to you, to me, who?
Right.
Are you telling me this place seems like paradise, or
Right.
am I experiencing this place as like paradise?
Yeah. Are we having problems with perspective shift? That's enough. You better eat little but often.
Now that her stomach agreed with the statement, but arguing with someone who, not that her stomach, okay, but arguing with someone who somehow feeds you was more expensive. But arguing with someone who somehow feeds you was more expensive for yourself. So like this is it. Basically, we're saying is like don't argue with the hand that feeds. Don't bite them.
What's your name? I think it's trying to say like it's not worth the effort.
Yeah.
I think that was a bad translation of.
It's been a long time since she said her name. Innocentia called her sister. And the others didn't stay in her life long enough to find out her name. Enter your name. What's her name?
You.
What?
You. What?
You.
No, let's make it. Let's see. Let's see. Innocentia. Let's do. God, I want to do like the. What is the opposite of Innocentia? Like.
Bad luckia.
Bad lucky.
Bad luckia. Whoa, he flipped. Since you have to stay with us during your illness, let's get acquainted. I am Darius.
Oh.
Illness?
Illness.
Darius' gaze became serious.
Your lungs are inflamed very intensely.
Her chest pain got worse at that sound.
I will cure you, I promise. Just trust me. How old is this kid?
The coat draped on the floor. There was no doubt in his clear
Yeah.
blue eyes, but could she be so sure?
I'll give you medicine and you let me know as soon as you feel any changes, okay? Now give me your hand. I'm uncomfortable. No, disobey.
This boy with confidence eye offered her salvation from innocent and death, a small clumsy boy with the dangling jacket sleeves and painful thin arms. If it were that simple, people wouldn't be dying by the thousands stricken by the disease. If some little boy could cure consumption, okay, there wouldn't be so many bodies on the street staring lifelessly in the sky.
No.
Give me your hand. Oh, yeah.
I have to inject you with medicine.
Okay, so
No.
this is where you would get another choice. In my world, once I know that you're trying to give me medicine, maybe
Okay.
I would say no, maybe I wouldn't. Like, allow me to. This has grown. That initial choice has grown larger than the context we had when we made it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I need to cure you.
Now, granted, this boy is getting creepier and creepier.
Right. Can't. I can. Look at this.
My Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
He hastily grabbed a syringe with the whitest liquid from the bedside. That doesn't show me this cure.
No. That's it. The medicine is right in front of you.
Bad Luckia moved away, hiding her hands behind her back.
I have no idea what you have there, but don't even try to stick it in me. I'm okay. Phrasing. Please, give me a chance to cure you. Don't you dare.
There was a tired sigh. Darius put the syringe back on the bedside table. Seconds later, the key turned. He gave it so quickly. On the other hand, she was one who was sick, not him. What if the little boy really did manage to get her the medicine? Unthinkable. He asked her so much. How much did he need? He could have forced her. Although he was younger, he didn't look very strong at all. On the other hand, she became weak, significantly dealt illness. Her thoughts were interrupted by the creak of a door opening again. Darius didn't return alone. There were two men on either side of him. They were taller than him and much stronger physically, but it was not their physical difference that riveted their gaze. There was a feeling that only Darius was alive in front of her. The newcomers were mannequin dolls on clockwork mechanisms. Their emptiness in their eyes were like emptiness in the dead homeless people that Bad Luckia saw on the streets.
I'm sorry. You should be cured.
A slight nod of his head was the signal for action. The girl's limb went tightly pressed against the hard surface of the bed, and her body was firmly fixed. Darius' face bent over her.
Don't pull out. Oh God. You'll use up the last strength. If the muscles are tense, then the medicine will be difficult to inject and undesirable consequences may occur.
His voice, recently so livid, seemed to be freeze it for a moment. All of his vivacity and humanity were enclosed in the iron embrace of verbal formality and coldness, but something was scarier. His gaze. His gaze became like the black gaze of his accomplices, as if he had departed from reality by switching to autopilot state. A sharp pain pierced her right arm, rapidly spreading further, but she couldn't take her eyes off that expressionless face. Now, deprived of childish smile, he looked much older. How old is he? Her arm was numb, her eyes were covered with a veil. What? She's too tense, let her go for now. The same moment, her fist clenched to the limit, flew towards her tormented's face. The almost empty syringe flew to the floor, leaving the memory of itself on the form of unbearable pain. The needle pulled out from the vein. One of the men intercepted her hand halfway. No strength left. Darius sighed.
Let's go. Okay, boss.
He went out with his accomplices and locked the doors.
All right. Well.
Oh, okay. Next day. He didn't come back to the next day. By that time, her strength had recovered, and Bad Luckia felt much better. Bad Luckia wanted to ask about Innocentia, but it was at least, but if it's something inside of her. Darius sat down on the edge of the bed, laying his toes to his bedside table.
How are you feeling?
Bad Luckia was silent. More than anything, she wanted to be as far away from this place and this creepy man as possible right now. So, narrative stuff here. I think if you're making a visual novel with choices, you can't do a narrative like this, because every time the story goes, Bad Luckia was silent, I go, but am I Bad Luckia or am I reading about Bad Luckia? Like, it's really going bouncing between first and third person perspective. And to me, that is friction. I don't know where you lie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that, the visual novels, how can I put this? I think they lend themselves to second person.
There's no, I'm skipping. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. See how many. Okay, so there's a handful of choices.
Oh, okay. A little gameplay.
Ooh, now we're escaping. But yeah, I think that visual novels really do lend themselves to second person, because it is you are the person making it. I mean, it's the whole, like, it's the choose your own adventure thing. So those were always in the second person, I think that there's something to be said for you. Oh my.
The layering of this character is stuck on in the background, I have to assume.
Yeah.
Let's merge with the soldiers. Yeah, he is definitely stuck.
Yeah.
It's great though. I love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if my numbers are using object number formerly used. Okay. I don't think this is a winner for me. I know it's English second language.
I'm sure, like, I mean, it could be kind of an interesting, like, this idea of, like, you're trying to escape from a laboratory situation, but I think that there's a lot of ESL issues, and I think what's really interesting is sort of like the weird florid.
Oh, the art changed.
This is really loud.
Yeah, the audio bounce. Where is my sister? Robots
watching us. Is this a
us.
hidden object game? We're looking for a missing girl. I mean, I feel like we're in the wrong.
See, the art is definitely different. And
yeah.
Guinea pig.
Guinea pig.
Oh, there's a shirt off in there.
God damn.
Wow, there's a lot. I don't know what the luck stat does. Game. I hate you, Master. No, Master. Oh,
no.
This got dark. Oh, that art is definitely changed. Throw an 800.
Yeah.
You died. Okay.
We died. All right. And we're just gonna have klaxons for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a pass on this.
Yeah.
I always dislike making a character before I even see what the stats do. Like why 24? We went through all that and I don't know what 24 luck did. Like, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.